What's going on, folks? This is Acid Roots. I'm going to talk to y'all about Honey Cocaine and her 2013 mixtape Thug Love. Now, particularly, this project was pretty large. It's a nice free project that kicks a lot of ass just because it's packed to the gills with club songs and outgoingness and a lot of fun West Coast kind of festivities on there that have a nice edge to it. And I was really kind of surprised by it. This is probably one of the higher scores I've given a mixtape in a long time. Like, I think probably the last time, especially from a female rapper, where I saw quality and mixtapes this good was with Lola Monroe's Lipstick and Pistols. But I actually would have to say I think Thug Love is probably like two or three notches better than Lipstick and Pistols. And Lipstick and Pistols was pretty good, but Honey Cocaine really nails this one, and it's packed to the gills with singles. She dropped 6 music videos for this project. There's a number of good things to talk about. If you don't know who Honey Cocaine is, she was kind of really heavily affiliated with Tyga back in the day, 10 years ago. Tyga did a couple of songs with her. She was kind of one of his affiliates back in the Rack City and Hotel California days for him. And it was interesting just because she has nice enunciation. She really nails some punchlines on this album. And it felt like she should have been larger than what she actually got. I mean, it seemed like I checked her out on Instagram, and her Instagram profile with the blue check mark had like 350,000 followers. And I kind of figured that's about where it would be. But I do have to say that it's actually surprising that this chick has never charted and anything like that. I mean, I can tell that some of these songs could be easy, kind of California or New York or possibly even Illinois club bops in some places where you'd hear some pretty lit clubs like in Los Angeles or Brooklyn, New York, or someplace like that. But I would have to say, when you start getting into like some of the lesser known and not quite like Dallas, Texas, Detroit, Michigan type places, I think less and less the likelihood that you're going to hear this project, which is unfortunate because it's pretty damn solid. I just would have to say I was proud of this. I definitely have rave things to say about this project. And I would have to continue to say that Honey Cocaine really gave us like a very excellent mixtape. So that's just the best part of all is that it's free. So you just have to pay attention to that. But there were 6 music videos for this project. I don't know how many of them were singles because there's not a ton of information about this chick really around. But I would have to kind of say that from what I saw, the 6 music videos I will talk about. So the first one I think that probably got the most, like I said, that one of her most popular songs is Chi Chi Get the Yayo, and I do like this song. Out of the 6 music videos she dropped for this project, I think I like 5 of them. There was only one that I didn't enjoy, but we'll get to that. So Chi Chi Get the Yayo is the one of the singles, and real kind of nice entry level club bop, probably right as you're getting to the club, that type stuff, I would have to say. So Chi Chi Get the Yayo had like a kind of entry level club beat. This kind of where things were just getting ready to get started. I can kind of see that kind of vibe. I can see Chi Chi Get the Yayo as kind of like kicking things off, the kickoff kind of moments, the entry type stuff as far as that kind of goes. It's a nice little bop. I mean, the thing about it that I would have to say about it is just the fact that I think this is probably this song and Middle Finger probably like the most like publicity that it seemed like Honey Cocaine kind of got at the time, which is kind of unfortunate because like for one thing I have to slag this album for is the fact that there's no guests on here, so she really does this entirely by herself, and she does a great job. But I do kind of wish that there would have been some, like, if she would have had like some girlfriend, some bestie, something like that, some friend or some male rapper, Trinidad James or Kurt Cobain's, one of those type people that could have been on here. But there's not a single guest on this project, it seems like. I really think that it could have definitely used something like that. But yeah, it's just kind of, there's not even any hook artists either. So that's really kind of the concept as far as that actively kind of goes. There's just really not any sort of like, I think that's kind of the policy where it's just kind of like complete for Dolo. And these are good songs, but I do think they needed more expression in terms of like not necessarily promotion, but like like exposure. That's kind of the concept. I think this is probably the most popular song on the album. I'm not for certain because I don't really know, but I think it's probably Chi Chi Get the Yayo and like Middle Finger or something. But then to talk about Middle Finger, Middle Finger is kind of like a head shop song. This is one of those songs I can think that you could probably hear it at like a head shop or like a hookah bar or something like that. It's got kind of a Middle Eastern feel that I really like. This nice kind of Middle Eastern kind of club song in a way. It's different from a normal approach of like a club song. It doesn't quite sound as flashy New York like or something like that. So I did like Middle Finger pretty well. Bad Gal is probably a more lit version of Chi Chi Get the Yayo. Like this one, yeah, Bad Gal is probably a little bit more. I feel like there's probably drinks in. I definitely feel like there could be drinks in folks' hand for Bad Gal. It's a little bit more of a saucy type one where it's just kind of more getting sauced and getting fucked up a little bit more. Can kind of less of a dance type number, just kind of more situated in the club, kind of sat down more, mingling a little bit more. Club gets a little bit more intimate, that type of stuff. So I did like Bad Gal. It's definitely a nice one. And then Runaway Bride is probably like the real kind of pitch of midnight kind of one. I really felt like that one was a nice vibe towards it. Definitely like, I mean, Honey Cocaine on all these songs really kind of nails it. She has her punchlines on here, and she's pretty vocal. I mean, she's definitely pretty vocal about like her kind of, I mean, she's kind of arrogant. That's kind of the thing almost about it. She has pride, and I think that that's, I mean, Lil Debbie is kind of like that, and Lola Monroe is kind of like that, but she seems like extra cocksure kind of on this project, which is kind of interesting. She's not afraid to say what's on her mind. She's a lot more blunt. So I do feel like, but Runaway Bride is, that's a good one. I definitely feel like this is probably like the most litty club single out of the singles on here. Just really, especially the way that the verse kind of starts getting really kind of like warped and distorted, kind of like three-fourths of the way done with the verses and that type of stuff. This is a nice one. Runaway Bride really kicks ass. And it's three singles. Me and My Toolie is the only single out of the six I didn't enjoy. This kind of like a mellow, kind of hazy, cruising around your car song with just you and your tool, that type of stuff. By tool, I mean Gat. So that's just kind of the concept. Is I mean, I would have to say that Honey Cocaine has a nice palette of songs that she kind of talks about, but because this project is called Thug Love, there is some of this where females are toting weapons also and that type of stuff. So keep that in mind. But I just didn't see too often where I would need to listen to a song such as this, so I wasn't digging it too much. But um, what's the next thing I talked about? So I think I talked about Middle Finger. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think I did. Money Murderer is like another one that kind of, this is another kind of Middle Eastern esque kind of. Money Murderer is another kind of club bop that kind of, I mean, this is kind of like a combination of like a head shop song and a club bop song. So I definitely appreciated the kind of hazy, kind of Chinatown feel of like Money Murderer. I definitely appreciated that one. I mean, like, I definitely have to credit Honey Cocaine for being able to deliver singles on the quality of this. It's just excellent. They're fun. She picks some good songs to do music videos too. And a lot of these are just really great times. Like, I feel like Chi Chi Get the Yayo, Bad Gal, Runaway Bride, and Money Murderer all have like that excellent kind of club feel in various variations. So just different times of the night, just going out and having like Chi Chi Get the Yayo at 7 o'clock when you get there, Bad Gal at 9 o'clock p.m. when you start getting fucked up. Uh, Runaway Bride at like midnight or 1 o'clock when you start going crazy. And then Money Murderer, depending upon if you go to like a different club or you just get a different kind of feel towards it, just for a different night, that type of stuff. But that's just kind of, I really liked and appreciated how outgoing and kind of wanting to traverse and dispatch and that type of stuff that Honey Cocaine displayed on here is definitely great. So yeah, to talk about the rest of this project, like I really feel like there's this top notch after top notch about this project. It's just packed to the gills with club songs and stepping out moments. You've got Asians on the Map, Don't Push Me, No Grind, No Pain, Bullet for You, Really, Really, that are all excellent club follow ups that have some nice feels towards them. I definitely feel like Bullet for You is kind of on par with like Runaway Bride in terms of the more craziness factor, where it's like complete midnight kind of craziness. Don't Push Me and No Grind, No Pain are just some more standard kind of generic club bops. I say generic like it's not a bad thing when I say generic. It's just kind of if you're just going out to the club and you need something to listen to, these are easy kind of interchangeable ones. And A Little Ham is kind of like a more R&B kind of flavored one, a little bit more saucy of like a kind of social kind of one, but not quite as club oriented. I like that one. Brooklyn to Compton really felt like a type song that Tyga or YG would do. It just really felt California. It's had like a real oozing kind of DJ Mustard type beat. There's just a number of ones on here, so it's just really some great stuff. I just feel like the whole way through, damn near. I mean, this project, I'll go ahead and list the songs out of 18 because there's 4 skits, an intro, an outro, and 2 skits. So out of 22 songs, minus the 4 skits, there's 18 songs. I wound up liking 14 out of 18, so I'm going to go ahead and list those for you. So the ones I recommend. So Money Murderer, Brooklyn to Compton, Middle Finger, Chi Chi Get the Yayo, Really Really, Bullet for You, Until It Hurt, A Little Ham, Bad Gal, Runaway Bride, Hold Some Nuts, Don't Push Me, Asians on the Map, and No Grind, No Pain. That's a lot. That's really like that is completely flabbergastingly outstanding for a mixtape. I'm still not going to give this project a 10, but I almost feel like I should. I just feel like I'd probably have to say it gets a 9.25 out of 10. I don't know if I mean, I almost feel like giving it a 10 just because for mixtapes liking that many songs, I'm gonna say fuck it. I'll give the mixtape a 10 just because liking 14 out of 18 that never happens. So I feel like I need to be more like kind of grateful. I need to be more kind of like enamored with the fact that that many songs for a free project hit that hard on the head. So I definitely feel like, yeah, I'm gonna give this project a 10. And lots of promotions, 6 music videos for it. Most of them are good and it just has a lot of craziness on there. So 10 out of 10. The social score I'll give an 8.75 out of 10 because this project is packed to the gills with club hits. Like I said, Runaway Bride, Bad Gal, Chi Chi Get the Yayo, Money Murderer, No Grind, No Pain, Asians on the Map, Don't Push Me, Hold Some Nuts, Bullet for You. I mean, just plenty of. I mean, she steps out basically like the whole time, and it's just pretty good as far as that actively kind of goes. As far as talking about the sheer amount of stepping out moments, and just the fact that she has generic club cuts that are just, hey, I'm going out to the club, I'm going to cruise out to the club, go with a few of my friends, and you just have different club bots for different nights. Some of them can be played in the same night, but some of them, if you go to the club Tuesday and you decide to go back Thursday, there's different bops for those different kind of nights. So I definitely appreciated that. Just saying, she seems like someone who doesn't just go to the club Friday, Saturday, but probably 3 or 4 times a week, if not more. So that's definitely something that kicks ass about this project, and it's free. So it's just something to keep in mind. You can bop to these. They may be 10 years old, but who gives a shit? That is kind of the thing. You might as well fuck with these. And in terms of talking about some of the songs I didn't enjoy, like I kind of felt like there just were a couple very briefly awkward moments, like That Wonton Bitch, Me and My Toolie, and like one other one. Like I didn't connect with All White Choppa, so that's really about it. I mean, just a couple songs where she's a little bit kind of enamored with her gat and that type stuff. But apart from that, and then like an awkward beat on That Wonton, and kind of clumsy approach and execution on the song, the bonus song, Bitch, I'd have to say that this is pretty much a full way through bona fide kick-ass ride. I mean, it's exhilarating, has the energy, good song topics. Like Brooklyn to Compton is a nice kind of dance cut, and A Lil Ham is kind of like a kind of mini party song. Bad Gal is kind of a stunting song for women. So it's just kind of some of these. I mean, she does have some free moments. Middle Finger's a great kind of IDGAF type song, considering that was her debut song, was I Don't Give a Fuck. So it's just some good moments. She has the right attitude, the right expression, good lyrics, and good beats. That's just kind of the concept about it. So there's definitely no reason to not check this out. It's just pretty exceptional, and she has a fun time, and she's pretty cocksure, like I said, but then you have to look after it that's accepting because there's quality to the project. And the lyrics she says, it's not like she's a flaccid lyricist. That's just kind of something to know. But yeah, like I said, the social score gets a 8.75. She does have a few other mixtapes. I might eventually get to some of these. I do want to review at least the one from 2014, and trying to think of something else. Like in terms of the future, it's been a while since Honey Cocaine has been around. She dropped like an EP like in 2018, and then there was like something supposedly elsewise that she did, but she's been kind of quiet. She kind of dissipated after like the mid 2010s. So hopefully we'll get her back in the swing and get some more records like this.